path of longevity does not have to be an egotistical pursuit. Hello Kindred Longevity Lifestyle Designers, this is Zach, your secretsoflongevity.com. And as I was alluding there in the brief intro, for me, my original interest and decision to pursue and even build a channel and business around increasing one's potential for longevity and basically health is not one of fear of death and a trying to almost artificially elongate one's lifespan beyond that of what some people say nature intends for us. Well, I think we should pursue that for many reasons, both naturally as well as artificially, as long as there's no negative side effects to the artificial forms of that increase. There is a side to it that, for me, is sort of the pinnacle of the reasons why one would want to take on this pursuit. And this is because the more time we have to be able to do the things that truly matter in life, the better. We technically, even though you might follow a specific spiritual or religious path, or even scientific ideology, you might have a perception of what happens when one dies, but technically no one knows what actually happens. So the more time we have to work on ourselves in this lifetime and to pursue the things that actually, on a grander scheme of our own personal consciousness, allow that to grow, I think the better. So this is why, for me, the number one thing in my life is not my health. It is a very important thing in my life, but something that carries me through every thing I come across in life that is not the most enjoyable. The thing I fall back on is that sort of core essential part of my being that is pure awareness and centered and perfect in every way. Some people will say that's getting into a spiritual frame. We'll get back to the main topic of this video in just one moment. If you're enjoying this content, perhaps you're a regular subscriber, perhaps you've found me in a YouTube search relating to the information I put out, I'd ask you to consider making some sort of financial contribution if you want to see me continually put out this well-researched, in-depth videos. Ways of doing that are in the drop-down menu below this video. You have to come to the actual YouTube video page if you're on a third-party site, and you can find links to different things I recommend you do, one of which could be purchasing through an affiliate of mine, companies I recommend that have great products, high-quality companies that I personally purchase from. Another way is to make a direct donation to me through PayPal. Another way, of course, is also to have phone consultations, and you can find that at my main site, at the link below. So with that, I can definitely appreciate anything you're able to contribute to me, even if it's just your open heart and kind words. So with that, we'll get right back to the content, and thank you. And anyone can access this with the most basic forms of meditation. This can be done no matter what spiritual path you subscribe to. And it's really powerful, and it has health benefits that are massive as well. But just being able to go to that place that is that place of just being aware and becoming aware that you are not your thoughts, you are not your body, you are not your emotions, you are not your things around you, but you are that knowingness, that beingness, that simple, when it comes down to it, nothingness, but just being aware that you're there is actually something that is very complex. And over time, with the more opportunities you have to enter into this state and just be there, the more fulfilling life becomes, the better your health actually, because you're holding on to less attachments that could be causing microtension anywhere in your body or anywhere in your being. And it's something that I think both is a reason for longevity, because if you have a longer life, then you have more time to explore that. But it also in and of itself enhances your potential for longevity because of the health benefits. The ancient Taoists, the Taoist immortals, pursued longevity for this reason. They called it immortality, pursuing immortality, for their own reasons. And that allowed them to have more time to work on the things that they wanted to work on, which were spiritual nature, but they also advanced things that were herbal, medicinal, dietary, and also philosophical knowledge and martial arts and those types of things. So having more time to do the things that you feel you need to do in this lifetime is great. You don't have to have this idea of being afraid of death, and that is the number one thing I think people misunderstand about me when I talk about longevity, is they think, oh, this guy's afraid of death. And I just look back on my high school career, and I was sort of a strange kid. I often did things and did projects in school that were very out of the ordinary. And I remember one project in particular in 9th grade for English. We had to make like a poetry anthology, and it had to reflect one topic, and then we had to write our own poems and also analyze other poems, and it had to be around that subject. And most people did things on friends, family, love. I did mine on death. And I wasn't a morbid kid or teenager at that point, but I had this interest in going into that area and finding out, at least on the sort of artistic side, all those things that are associated with it and the feelings that come up. And you can actually grow quite a bit from not shying away from that side of oneself and that actuality that that's a potential for everyone. And this is actually, there's actually a Tibetan Buddhist meditation that is focused on imagining your own body being dead and decaying. I wouldn't recommend engaging it without the proper instruction from a proper teacher of that meditation path. But the idea is that you allow this visualization to occur, and it releases you from the attachment or fear of death. And again, that's also connecting to longevity, is if you don't have that fear, if you don't have that fear of the unknown, you can really let go and be more present in the moment. And again, this is good for our health because we're letting go of those micro-tensions that come up when we have the thought or idea of these things. So with that, let me know your comments below about these sort of ideas. This is sort of a philosophical video. And like and favorite it and subscribe if you haven't done that before. And check out the links below as well. And with that, take care and embrace life without limits.